Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Cardinal Samantha of the EOC. Today, I'm talking to you about modern prophecy. That is the prophecy for our time, the end of days. Revelation 12. Revelation 12 speaks of the woman and the dragon. We know that this happens in September the 23rd, the actual birth. And a great many things will be happening during that time period. But let's look at things from the very start. Jupiter is the king planet, sovereign king planet. This is a representation of the Messiah. It is his planet. Now, we saw that coming down and entering into Virgo, into the womb section of Virgo. Now we're told that we must look to the stars, the planets, because they are the signs given by God himself. The prophets have always spoken about this time and time again. So, we have Jupiter. It is now in the womb. It did come out, and it did like a little flip around, like a little arc, and come out of the womb for those days. Kind of like a pre-birth. Now, one thing you don't know, or you may not know, is that the Lord himself, the host, was born premature. So that was a sign to us, and those that have eyes to see, of the connection between the host and the divine. Now, as it came out, there was also certain planetary alignments going off. These actually caused earthquakes, disruptions. We've also seen floods during that time period. So, now it's gone back in the womb. That was the 12th of June. Do we think that this is over with? No. Do we think we're going to have it easy for the next 4 months? No. John specifically stated it is a labour pain. A labour pain. It's not just at the actual end, it is during that 4 months leading up to the actual birth. Now, what do we see? Well, there is actually 2 asteroids coming this way. NASA knows all about it. Now, according to the Torah, it is meant to come in. 2 of them. One hits near Rome, and another, well, you're looking at the sea impact. Right. Now, we also know through certain prophecies like Malachi and stuff like that, that the Pope will be, during this first hit, he'll be taken out. He'll be literally going away from Rome to escape. Now, according to the vision that this lady had in America, she said it was going to be the 23rd of June where you see this asteroid impact. My vision is different. I said the 22nd. In a sense, we would both be right. She is in America. I'm in the UK. So as the UK goes into the 23rd, just edging into it, like say midnight or just afterwards, it's still the 22nd over in America. So, there you go. We're both right. And the Torah speaks of it. Now, as it comes in, you've got one here, right? As they're coming in, one will break the surface, as the other one's tracing behind it. Now, as you know, the Earth is moving. So, as it's coming down on an angle, first one will hit the land. It will hit near Rome and affect Rome greatly. The other, as it's following behind, the earth moves and it's coming in on a different angle, but that's when it hits the water. And that is more likely where you get the Puerto Rico vision and prophecy coming from there. Okay, now think about this thing. You're going to have disturbance from that impact in Rome. A lot of people displaced, gone. But you're also going to be getting that sea impact, the secondary one. Now that's going to be affecting America. Okay, that is going to be affecting America big style. And it will cause tsunamis, and it goes exactly how that chap saw it and what's been happening. Now, if a country is desolated, having to go through its emergency management and things like that because of the impact, tsunamis, think about the shockwaves. It'll also trigger Yellowstone. Yellowstone's already been having, was it 72 earthquakes clustered and actually bringing down this area towards the corona, or one of the coronas. So think of it this way, USA are going to be pretty busy with their own. What's going to happen then? I'll tell you what's going to happen then. Certain people are going to take advantage of the USA being crippled. Now, we're already going to get this economic collapse apparently prior towards this impact happening. So it's going to be like a triple whammy. Economic collapse, boom. First impact, boom. Then second impact, boom. Right? That is not even accounting the fact of when they've actually seen the fact that USA is busy trying to survive, they might take advantage. They might just start to press that trigger. Send some of the... let's finish them off. Yeah, let's go and finish them off. Start the war off. Send some nukes over them. Yeah? Babylon's going to be in for a rough ride at that stage as well. Now, we've also got, in August, the fully eclipsed moon, which is going to go right across the country of America. And funny thing is, the most darkest point that it reaches of total darkness as it's going over America happens to be over Illinois in Chicago. That is the birthplace of our host. It is also where Obama comes from. So this has a great significance. And then, of course, Skyfall. We have the birth on the 23rd of September, where Jupiter comes out to Virgo. And what's waiting for it? People are thinking, what is this dragon? What is this dragon? And they look at the sign underneath us, which is like the Scorpio bit, underneath, the dragon's tail. And they say, that's the dragon. Yeah? But people are starting to notice there's a certain little visitor that's now entered into Virgo, and that happens to be a red dwarf star, Nemesis, with its fiery tail, with wings. Okay, and that will eventually go to the bottom of Virgo, where the feet are, awaiting Jupiter to come out. That's the dragon. And that's the birth of the Messiah. And in its wake, there's going to be so much debris. There's fire and brimstone, all that stuff you couldn't even possibly imagine. It's going to start to come and really impact Babylon. Babylon will cease to exist. America. That is when you're going to see a lot of people suffering. With burns. You see written in the Revelation, all these burns. So, everyone's in for a rough ride. Everyone on this planet is going to be affected. Except those who are going to be chosen, and have already been chosen, and already been taken. You think about this. 500 million. Now, do you think that the Lord's fleet is going to be able to get 500 million all in one go? Do the maths. Can't happen. So what they were doing, and our Lord stated this in his address, way back in 2011, the harvest has already begun. So all those now that are remaining will be picked up during this time period, and there you go. So expect great wonders and great upheaval. I love you all, and I've got one thing to say. Love God, love each other. Amen.
Those within the Ecumenical Order of Christ are pleased and honored to provide everyone with the whole truth behind history, religion, and end-time prophecies. Through our teachings and testimonies, each clergy member is dedicated to seeking out all matters and presenting the unadulterated evidences clearly, with the divine guidance of the returned Christ, Lord Rael. We strive to be a light in this dark world, and you can too by helping spread these messages. Many of us have given up our comfortable lives in today's society, and we now live through the kindness and generosity of others in order to pursue the higher path of knowledge. If you wish to continue learning more truths and would like to help us continue our mission, you can do so by sending even a small donation to sanctuaryinterfaithisrael@gmail.com on PayPal. Check us out online at sanctuaryinterfaith.org, lordrael.org, and armageddonbroadcastnetwork.tv. Don't forget to join us online at the International Congregation of Lord Rael on both Facebook and VK. Please be sure to check out all of the links in the description field. Remember to love God and each other. Thank you, and God bless.